Alright, ladies and gents, welcome to another video by the Asian Robot. I'm actually filming this while I'm live on stream. Now, you might see this very blurry thing here. Okay, this is what I've been doing to solve crashes as well. I play in full screen, but if I Alt-Tab out to, for example, start a video recording, it'll become a blurry mess. Now, you'll see everything be normal. Okay, people have been asking about my new Sith Lord build for the Psyker. What I'm going to go through is the weapons that I'm using, the curios that I'm using, as well as the feats. Okay, so we're going to start out with the loadout. The loadout is the key to this whole thing. I've been demonstrating it all day. My stream has actually seen me do a T4 Endless Horde mode with no problems. We didn't even go down once. And my audience, can you please confirm that for me? My audience is here with me right now. Can you guys please confirm that you didn't even see me go down during that thing? Well, I did once, but that was mostly due to getting swarmed and my whole team running off. But at least they came back for me. But other than that, there were no situations where I went down, other than that one inappropriate circumstance. But that is basically the whole thing, right? And if you want to utilize the proper method of playing the Psyker as a Sith Lord, what you're gonna need to start off with is a Force Sword. Okay, the Force Sword has some very important things. Number one, the push attack is a super knockdown. It is one of the best knockdowns in the game. In melee range, you can stop a horde from butt fucking you. So please stop the hordes, okay? The Surge Force Staff is your ranged CC. Many people will say that a Psyker is all about brain bursting. I believe that. And you know, my discussion with Mr. Robert R also really helped with my perspective on the Psyker, but I also realized that toward T4 onwards, lacking a hard CC can often get the team killed, whereas if you have a hard CC, although you're not doing the most damage, you can really help your team. So the Surge Staff is still my choice for T4 and T5 because the hard CC really helps, especially if somebody is going Rambo. You can at least save their ass. So that's why I chose this over the Pregatus. Not to say that I haven't been testing the Pregatus, I have, but to be honest, it just made a lot more sense for me to use the Surge Staff. And I'll demonstrate why in the next video. Wayfarer Seal, okay, with toughness was what I chose. I chose another one with toughness, and I chose one with health. I realized that wounding was not really necessary, so I dropped that. In terms of feats, all right, well, I just went through that. Webadoo. So I basically used 2 toughness curios and 1 health curio. So 30% toughness is more than enough for me. And in terms of the feats for this particular build, what I utilize is Quietude. Now, I know a lot of people use Warp Absorption, but I found that in T4, I don't often kill enough with my Warp attacks. And if I'm focusing on killing with my Warp attacks, I am not really doing enough CC, you see? And what if you have to slash the enemy to kill them? All right, this doesn't help. But Quietude is always active as long as you're quelling your peril, right? And Inner Tranquility will help you build up less peril. Also very good for being able to use your Force Staff more. Psychic Communion, very useful for maintaining your warp charges. This extra damage bonus of 12% with 4 warp charges is too important, all right? Mind and Motion is the key to this whole build. Mind and Motion is the key to this whole build. Oh, don't worry, Webadoo. I don't mind talking while I'm shooting this video. I'm actually shooting a video live right now in front of a studio audience, right? Okay, Mind and Motion is the key to this whole build. Why? Because when you see the combat demonstration, which we're about to showcase, all right? And of course, with editing, I will not show the whole combat demonstration, but you'll see that it's so easy to quell your peril while moving and get to cover, get to safety. It's just, it is effective. Kinetic Shield was my previous choice, but here's the problem. I found out that T4, T5, right, you're under a lot of pressure. And honestly, if I'm slowly quelling and trying to move to cover, I'm going to get butt fucked. All right, that's going to be my favorite word this entire video, butt fucked. And you do not want to get butt fucked by heretics. Okay, it's against the Emperor's laws or something like that. So Mind and Motion is the key to this whole thing. You want to use Mind and Motion because that allows you to quell, dodge actively, easy. Kinetic Flare. Now, it's a choice between Warp Battery and Kinetic Flare. T4 onwards, I tend to prefer Kinetic Flare. Why? The extra brain burst can be helpful, especially when you're dealing with a horde. All right. Kinetic Barrage is my last choice because, honest to God, when you've got 2 bulwarks bearing down on you, use your ult and burst those bulwarks fast. That's the only way to save your fucking team. Or you've got a Reaper that's about to literally gun your entire team down. This is where Kinetic Barrage comes in. It is too important. It is literally what an ultimate is supposed to be. All right? Okay. Hey there, guys. Still trying to get the footage for the Sith Lord build. Unfortunately, it's been a string of very, very unlucky missions. Either no players or just you know, very unfortunate scenarios with like only 1 player, 2 players. And even when I did get the teams, sometimes they just weren't prepared for the Endless Horde modifier, which again highlights the importance of builds. Had to get tissue. My nose is irritated waiting for all this to happen. Since T4 proved nearly impossible, okay, I'm trying a T3 to see if maybe we can get better looking footage that you guys can, you know, enjoy. Well, at least I've got Kronk.
This one's an infiltration mission. Get in, get out alive.
All right, so let's work together with Kronk. Again, I don't know why Oceania region has been a bit low population, but I think it'll be resolved once the full launch happens, so should not be a problem. Okay. Oh, Kronk's got that lovely Reaper gun. That's awesome. Okay. We have to do the meme. Okay. So T3 Endless Horde. What I like to do if I end up here is I always snipe a little bit, if possible.
These fortifications won't last against a real assault. We need to change things up. You can splice into the auto-scheduler from the nearby marketplace. Expect resistance.
Too late to back out.
Okay. Now, any distant enemies?
A fitting end to the foul rager.
If there are no immediate threats, I'll just let it all happen.
I concur. Rager, point and shoot.
Oh. Oh, for God's sake. Really? Phew. Okay, great. Got a full team now. Now we can start to exert the full power of this. So this build's like overall thing is basically you provide stuns and damage. Alright. Be careful to charge if you can. You have plenty of active quelling, so don't hesitate to use that. Alright, work with your team and move freely. Well, semi-freely. Remember, your role is to basically be tactical warrior of the team. You may not be the strongest, but your job is to be as tactical as possible. Stick with your mates. And if you have to get into the thick of it with them, go for it. Now, what I like to do is that if there's no immediate threat, I don't stick around with my staff out. Brain Burst is going to be your tool of combat. Like I said, yeah, and yes, many people have noted, you know, unfortunately you are not as powerful as other characters, but you still have your Brain Burst. Whether or not they like it, you have your Brain Burst. Use it well. Try not to be out of position too much. Okay, leave that to other people. They can be as out of position as they want. Your job to be in position at all times. Okay.
Not so bad. Yes.
Ah, Medicaid. Also, please tag stuff. If somebody finds stuff, you know, tag it. Now, while these guys are doing that, okay. Don't hesitate to don't hesitate to there we are.
Ammunition! No! Oi! Priest! Grab some ammo!
Everyone pay attention and group up as soon as you can.
Okay, these guys have all grouped up. That's nice. A fully charged staff, only because I have a feeling that a trapper might show. Okay. Grab what you need, grab what you can, heal up. And yes, before going down there, if you need to, all right, you don't have, like, for example, let's say you don't have the proper positioning to fully whack some of these dudes. Okay, just remember that you can always use your force ability. This is why tagging is so important. Just tag them. There we go. Okay, good. Get into position. Like I said, don't panic, and always, always, always work with your team. And while lightning is great, you will also want to do what you can. Now, if somebody's going for cover, all right, or rather, if somebody needs covering, do that. It's your job. While your team holds them off, provide the CC they need. And don't stop positioning. Alright, yes, at times you may want to just, like, stand still. That's completely okay. But just remember that if there's a sniper around, you need to move, no matter what. While you're active quelling. Okay, you need to move. need a surge staff with far better charge rate.
Target is about to have a terminal surprise. Assuming you get there in time.
Not so strong, are you, mutie?
Mutants especially, stun them, keep them unsteady. Other people can kill them. Don't worry about I have to get every special kill. What you want to focus on, plain and simple.
Matters only that your days are numbered.
Stay there. Stay right there.
Cut all to
Stop those pox bursters. That's your role. You're the Sith Lord. You are in command of the situation. Although you don't have to physically command these people. Alright? Ah, for fuck's sake. Should not have moved out there. Okay, that was an error on my part. Under normal circumstances, I would not have actually moved out there to handle that. I would let somebody else identify the sniper. A lapse in judgment. This is the only error, like, so you will see some edited footage, but like this error I'll probably leave in because I think it's important. Especially if you want to like understand what not to do. This was one of them. All right, do not jump out. Very, very bad idea. Okay, you move in between your team. Try never to be before. Try never to be after. All right.
almost done. Join me in battle and be cleansed of sin.
Focus and remain
Ain't
here.
as he got it. Not so noisy now.
Might throw a quick stun like that. Sometimes, even if you don't full charge, you can throw it out for the stun because only the damage increases with charge, not the stun. The stun is the same, even if you throw it out like that. So if you're in an emergency situation, you need some quick stuns going, you can do that as well. If they need somebody to like hold the line, you can do that just as effectively. Just remember your force push, okay? It is also one of the best CCs in melee range. You keep the entire enemy horde off balance, all right, if used correctly.
Throw that grenade to you.
So utilize that.
Combat protocol, colleagues.
Okay, in this particular situation, I use my ult straight away and start brain bursting. Then if there are specials that are threatening, I will do that. I'll let my other teammates hold off. And then once I get the opportunity, I am back at it. Use your dodges while active. Okay, so movement in mind and motion will allow you to active dodge. Like you won't have the horrifyingly reduced dodge, which means that you can, once you're ready, get into brain burst mode. You know, and you can just spam that. So don't forget to use your dodge for moving. If you want to, and I plan on doing this, rebind your reload key to another one so you can active quell while still using WASD, because it's hard while holding down the R button. So that's another thing you can do to make your life a lot easier. As a Psyker, at least.
Stay together. Let's get this mission done. Here she goes.
Please actively dodge the trapper's nets. It's possible to do so. So,
We have tank support.
you know, do what is needed. We got him. As useful as it is to tag stuff, just remember to also sometimes go out there and just find the guy. You may have to. It may. Oh my fucking god! Really? Why am I always a sniper target? When it's
No more ammo. Ammunition in the very nick of time.
This poor random creature looks so confused. Okay. Good, they resolved the horde situation at least. Stay aware. Alright, like I said, your role, very simple. King enemies, take care of your team. That's your job. Might not be what a Sith Lord does, lore-wise, but it's the only way to survive this with your Sith Lord powers.
Anyone know of the cicatrix maledictum? I heard whisper of it at the Enforcer's Bastion.
The Imperium bring into the bad off and the even nasty. The cicatrix maledictum's what did it. That clear it up? Does that matter? Show me what those.
We can't reach them!
Ready back down!
You can brain burst past 100 and just not die, but just don't do it again while you're at 100, because then you will die. Okay, so just be careful of that.
Protocols! We have finished the hound! Can anyone identify it?
As you can see, you will not need much healing, so you can give it to your teammates that go a little more ham. They are your shields. They're meant to die for you. You're the Sith Lord. Okay, they are literally just, they're here to die for you. That is their duty. A duty which I'm sure they will do admirably. There we go.
Foul creature is dead! Beware! Foul mutant!
Cover me while I reload!
Oh.
I have just you.
Love you, sanction!
Possibly not the greatest thing to be challenging a mauler in melee, but you know what? Sometimes you have to. Oh, a bomber in melee, but sometimes, you know, you just have to. Oh, crap. Keep in mind that with your stuns, right? Some people don't actually know this, but you cannot stop a Poxburster if it's already in mid-jump. Okay, so be very careful with that. If it's already mid-jump, you cannot stop it. Okay, here comes Legogrin. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Oh, for God's sake. A little bit messy, but it was mostly due to the fact that the pox burster got that guy. Oh god. Get out of Bomber's Flames because they instantly reduce toughness to 0. And if they don't ping anybody, I can't rain burst them. Okay. Now, do not rush to start the boss. Work with your team. The way that I like to do this, plain and simple, is I always charge my staff and just unleash and just relax. Why? Because the hordes are going to start swarming around him soon enough. Once I get the chance, I always go in with a little bit of that because it can help to deal a lot of damage. So please dodge left to right. If he tends to fixate on you, all right, you can evade a lot of his fire by just dodging left and right and getting behind cover. So in this case, he was fixating on me. That's okay. All right, just focus on taking down the horde. Horde first. As I always say during matches like this, horde first. Okay, especially in endless horde mode, where hordes are pretty endless, you will want to focus on hordes first. Muties, whatever else is gonna like rip your team apart. Deal with them stage by stage, okay? Don't go too ham. Don't go too passive either, okay? I'll get him up no matter what. Oh. Got him. There we go. See? Don't panic. Do your job. You're a Sith Lord. Okay? At the end of the day, you're the one that's got to pull your team together and handle most of the dangerous situations. So, GG. Even in Endless Horde mode, you can do it. Okay? All it takes is just being not a moron and utilizing your powers to the best of their ability. Horde first. Don't panic. Dodge. Move. Quell. Quell actively. All right, you manage your Peril well, no problem whatsoever. Okay, even in Endless Horde mode. Now, I wish the others had stuck closer. Did you see at the end where they all separated because they were starting to panic? You can't do that. Stick close together, there will be no issues. All right, whoever he fixates on, just dodge, dodge, dodge. Easy enough, right? Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it helps you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy the Sith Lord build for the Psyker. It is difficult to utilize because it has no defensive perks, but if you are actively defending, you'll have a good time. I'll be testing some variants of this at a later time. So thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to get this video to like 100 likes if you can. If you like my content, you want to see more, get this video to 100 likes. I'll happily be making more in the meantime. Okay?